Okay? So I mentioned CMS. I mentioned that WordPress is a CMS. There are, most people know it as a blog. Yes, it also can be a website. There's two little drop-down boxes in there. You can change your WordPress website into a static front page and then have the blog over in the new section. Okay? So that's a CMS. It's a content management system, and that's exactly what it means. It allows you to manage your content, your pictures, your text, your videos, whatever you have. Okay, so it's simple. It's easy for you to use and update. It's functional. It's easy for your customers to navigate through it because it's it uses a template system. It's very precise. The navigation menu is always the same on every page. Your header's in the same place every time. Okay, so it helps standardize your web pages so that when the visitor uses it, they can navigate through very easily. Okay, branding. You can add your own logo. You can change your background color. The system allows you to be able to put your branding on there. And accessibility. It works on the desktops and mobile devices. With one little plug-in, you can install in a content management system, and it's now mobile compatible. I kind of flew right by this really quick. I told you could automate your updates to your Facebook and your Twitter and your other social accounts. Okay? This is called automated media publishing. Okay? It's exactly what it is. You're publishing your content, your information on your website, and then that's automatically sent over to your social accounts. That media, that text, picture, video clip is automatically sent over to your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, etc. Okay? So that's automated media publishing, distribution of your content. Okay? And it does that through RSS feeds, automatic social update status, and you can be able to do your email delivery from within your website. Okay, so again, I'm going back to proving the point that having one source to do your marketing can really help you leverage your time. Okay. So this is the big $1 million question. How many keywords should I put on my page? I love this question. And my answer is, how many websites do you have? Okay, so the point here is less is more. Google has, I don't know if you guys have heard any news about Google coming out with a new algorithm. It's like, well, what does that mean? What's an algorithm? Algorithm is this mathematical formula that says, hey, there's some information over here, and there's some information over here, but it doesn't match the keywords, that doesn't match the title on the page, or it does match the content on the page. Okay, so Google's saying, hey, okay, well, I got these meta tags, but none of these words are actually on the page. So I'm going to give this website a frowny face. Okay, so my point here is when you start stuffing keywords that are not even related to what the information on the page is, you're hurting your search results. So one of the cool tools that I've used is actually I'll take like a Word document. I think Word could do this, but you basically take a word count. So if you've got a nice article that you wrote about real estate and the purchase of homes, take the keywords out of that article and use those as your keywords. Don't make them up. Just look through your article and say, okay, well, this is a keyword or that's a keyword. Okay? So it really comes down to just being truthful. Be truthful and honest. Don't add stuff that's not there. Just add keywords that are on the page. Okay? So I drew these two arrows to kind of explain that. You want your search engine results to match the keyword phrase that's on your website. Okay? And what I tell everybody is that you want to choose, I don't know if you guys remember, but when AOL came out, they said, they put the little CDs in the mail. Sorry, I'm going to sidetrack for a second. Okay? They put the little CD in the mail, and there's a key phrase that says, look us up with this keyword phrase. And they had one little key phrase written on there so that you could put in the search engines and find them. Okay? that is more true than ever, because there are so many agents that are competing against each other that you need one key phrase. You need to find one thing that your website can be the very best at. And it's probably not going to be 3-bedroom house in Dalton, Georgia. Okay, so choose a keyword phrase, and less is more. You know, be truthful, use what you need, what's on the page. Okay, so I've got another tip here for you. So choose a primary keyword phrase, and I've written a little example down there: home, fireplace, Dalton, Georgia. Now I don't know how many, so again, I'm going to get a little sidetracked. At one point, I know there was probably, on average, 8 to 10 agents per agency in Gilmer County, and there was probably 20 agencies. So let's say 10 times 40, that's 400 agents in Gilmer County. They have more competition with each other than anybody else that I know of. Basically, you got to post like every hour to be able to be on top, right? So if you've got that much competition online, then you need to come up with a strategy that's different. If you take the same approach that everybody else is, then you're not going to get anywhere. It's going to be very, very difficult to get to the top unless you're just going to spend an astronomical amount of money on it. Okay? So the smart way to do it is to find a niche. Okay? If there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24 people in this room, if all of you guys work for one agency and you decided to choose, come up with the keyword phrases. Come up with 24 different keyword phrases. Put them in a hat if you have to and draw them out. Okay? Home fireplace, home jacuzzi, large backyard, pond, whatever it may be. But divide them up so that you're not competing with one another. So I hope you guys are kind of getting the gist of what I'm saying here. So if everybody's doing 3-bedroom Dalton, Georgia, then all of you lose. But if one of you chooses home fireplace Dalton, Georgia, then that person's going to win. So if someone's searching for home fireplace Dalton, Georgia, their website's going to be number 1. Okay. So an additional tip down there is to add combinations and then misspellings and geographical relevance. Okay. So that's really important. That's where you can really vary from what the information is on the page. Okay.
So if everybody said homes, Dalton, Georgia, what would be something else we could put in there?
Well, like I said, look for something that's maybe a niche, maybe like fireplace or a pond or
Foreclosure.
Well, that's going to be a tough market too. Yeah, just something that's going to, yeah, right, something that's going to be unique to that home. So maybe 25% of the homes have this, or 10% of the homes have this. Like a gazebo, right? Swimming pool, or a basement, right? Be an expert for that, at least one topic. That doesn't mean you can't sell other homes that have other things or doesn't have that one thing, but then all of a sudden each one of you become an expert on a particular home because you know everything there is to know about fireplaces. There's inserts, there's gas, there's, whatever there is. I know there's a bunch of different kinds, I don't remember all of them. So, but anyway, become an expert and talk about that. That could be your social updates, okay? Oh, well, there's a new brand of fireplace coming out. Talk about that. It gives you content to talk about. Okay? So here are some strategies. You want to update your website frequently. Find a schedule that works for you. Also, if you have a CMS system, you can schedule them. If you want something to go out every day, twice a week, you could sit down on Monday, spend an hour, write 2 updates, schedule one for Tuesday and one for Thursday or one for Friday. But you can do that in advance with a content management system. You can tell it what time you want it to be released. But sit down, Maybe do a whole month's worth. Okay, well I've got 20 updates that I want to happen this month, and I'm going to do them every 3 days. Sit down, spend 2, 3, 4 hours setting up your updates. Okay, automatic, with the CMS system and automatic publishing, you can have that information automatically relayed to your social accounts. Build a responsive email list. This is where you're going to need a CRM or something to be able to build those contacts. You want to be careful about the email side of things. With the CMS, you could really have the advantage of responding to people. So you can set up a newsletter list. You can capture their email, and then you could give them something of value for free with that. Give them something that they could use, maybe a move-in checklist or something like that. So they can sign up, they get something of value, you get their email address, you have somebody you can market to. Okay? But be careful. Don't overwhelm them with emails every single day or every hour on the hour. Okay? So you might want to separate your autoresponders from your regular mailing list. Okay? Learn simple and effective SEO optimization. I gave you some real good pointers today. Just be truthful and honest. Find a niche market. Work on your primary phrase, and then go from there. Okay? Get instant text notification to follow up on your leads. I can't tell you how important that is. To be able to respond to people quickly, and let them know that you want to do business with them. Okay? And lastly, you want to be able to measure those results. You want to see how well you're doing. Clout.com will give you a way to connect in your Facebook and your other social networks, and it'll give you a little score so you can kind of keep track of your score. It's kind of fun. Hey, I'm up this week, 20 more points. I got a 75 on the influence scale, and then optimize your marketing strategy. There is a website, marketing.greater.com. You can put your website address into there, and it'll do it. It's free, and it'll give you an entire 10, 12 page evaluation of your website. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do. So then you can start to go back and developing that primary key phrase. Okay, I don't have a share button on my website for people to share, my information on their Facebook. I don't have, my Twitter account connected, or I don't have a blog, or I don't have alt tags on my pictures. I mean, it gives you an entire detailed list of things that you can do, and it gives you a score as well. So scores are great. It's a really straightforward measurement. Okay, and you can also review your progress with Google Analytics, but I caution you on this area big time, because you can get sucked into the black hole here. So spend 10 minutes, set your watch, 10 minutes, look at it. Okay, that's great. Move on. Okay. Are you getting the results for the keyword phrase that you're trying to get? If your home fireplace is Dalton, Georgia, is anybody looking that up? Did you get any hits based on that keyword phrase that you were going for? That type of thing. But I wouldn't spend more than 10 or 15 minutes a week looking at your Google Analytics. You want to see if you're getting a response for what you're doing, but you don't want to drill down and down and down and down into your analytics until it's been 2 hours and you have no clue what you just read. So be careful. And that's my presentation for now. Okay, you guys have questions or? Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes.
WordPress.
Yes.
Is WordPress open to anybody? Can anybody access it? What's it called?
Awesome question. Awesome question. WordPress. There is a free version. Okay. So WordPress.com has a free version that you can get, and it's managed. They will charge you, I think, $10 to point a domain to it. They'll charge you $100 a year if you want to be able to add some things to it. So the free version is limited, of course. And then with the upgrades, you get certain things. And also, it's a good social network. So even if you have a website, or even if you have your own WordPress site somewhere else, it's good to have the free version as well, because other people have sites and you can follow them. So it's a social network as well as a service provider. Okay?